Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to another Watch Talk. I am your host, Bobby Legs, a proud, yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway, look, I couldn't make it on Friday night. I was feeling rather ill. Just to give you guys a heads up, um, caught the COVID, man. Kids go to school first first week of school, and by the end of the week, we're all testing positive for COVID. So we had a pretty rough one, especially over the weekend. I was the first one to get hit pretty hard with it, and that's why on Friday night I just couldn't do it, and I missed out because if you guys had the chance to see Amin, he rebel streamed and he had Colin and he had Marcus on, and then Chaz came on. And man, was in intense negotiations last week to get Marcus on to talk a little House of the Dragon with Chaz and I. And I'm so bummed, man. I'm so bummed that I couldn't make it. And hopefully we can get Marcus to come on Friday night talk about so much happened, right? But so the weekend was crazy. I'm starting to feel better now, right? Um, and my son feeling a little bit better, Mrs. Legs and Maggie, you know, fighting a fever now, and they're kind of going through it. Although I think everybody's coming out on the other side of it, and so now we just can't wait to get the kids back to school, right? But with protocols, we have to wait a couple more days. I think my son could probably go back on Thursday, my daughter maybe on Friday. So anyway, all good here. Awesome football weekend, first weekend of the year for all you guys in the States who follow football. Good weekend for my football teams, right? Rutgers, yeah, Rutgers is the school I went to. They won a game they should have won, and then the first inaugural game of the Washington Commanders. They come back. They were leading most of the game against was it Jacksonville? I think they were playing. Yeah, and then gave it up in the beginning of the fourth quarter and came back and won. Carson Wentz. Eh, I mean, he threw four touchdown passes, right? I mean, he had a stretch where he threw two pretty bad interceptions, very, very bad interceptions. But anyway, they got the win. I guess at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Um, I'm wearing the submariner, right? Yeah, no, this is a great watch. Um, soon to celebrate my 1 year anniversary. Yeah, September 20th. Will be 1 year with the sub. Yeah. Anyway, moving forward, let's say hello to the chat. And chat, let me know what watch you're wearing, what team were you rooting for this weekend, and yeah, let's get to it. Bill K, hey now, what's up, man? How you doing? There's the hey now, Joey B. Wilson, hey, I gave away that. I don't know why I thought about it right now. I gave away that watch, that the PRX, and the guy who I selected, I mean, he hasn't reached out to me yet. What should we do? We should probably give him a week. What do you guys think? Steve Time Hill, how are you? Hey, there he is, Mr. Casio. Steve, how you doing? Mez9, Kevin S is here. Javi Bobby, how are you? Jared's here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Listening to the car ride home. Yes, wearing a Speedy as always to celebrate Speedy. That's cool. That's cool. This is like the third, fourth week in a row, Jared. I think you've been wearing it. Maybe you wear it every Tuesday, but you mentioned it on the chat. I think that's awesome. Hey, Marcel, right here. What's going on? He's wearing his Carl F. Bucherer Monero tonight. Peter C is here. Daisy Clayton's here. How are you? AGA is here. We're in the SNR. Um, Brownie's here. How you doing, Benny? Justin strapped in, as always. Um, Ooh, little smack talk here. But I think Hobby Bobby's team won though, right? Um, Solo? Yeah, I mean, people, I sent out the links, but we'll see. Maybe I'll throw the link out in a little while and see who wants to come in. Hey, Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. What's up, Ken? Ken, I think you just got something new in. Um, Bobby has it. Yeah, I did. I did. Um, I am feeling better. I actually was feeling pretty good. I got that Paxlovid. I keep on wanting to say Provasic from uh, from the fugitive. Paxlovid. Whatever it's called. Anyway, um, I started feeling good early Saturday into Sunday, and then yesterday I definitely took a step back and was wondering what's going on. But today I feel so much better. So I think that's how it goes. Hopefully, I trend upwards, trend up, up into the right. Um, let's see here. Young Excellency stopping in to say hello. Can't stay for the live, but we'll catch the replay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, great. Thank you. Um, Flu season is knocking on the doorstep as well. That is true. Thanks, Anish. I appreciate it. Hey, Detroit Spartan, what's going on? Hey, Paul's here. Um, Chaz from the Berg is here. Yeah, Rutgers. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I know. That's a tough division, man. It's such like Rutgers will never win the uh, Big Ten East or the Big Ten. But with Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, I mean, like, and then when UCLA and USC come in, I'm sure they're gonna put them in the West, right? I mean, come on, man, you got to put like Northwestern in the East. You got to give us a break, you know? Don't be thinking Wisconsin. That'll be just like too crazy. That'd be too crazy, right? I mean, there's no way they'll shift Wisconsin over, right? If they remain a two division conference, like, maybe they'll just stick everybody in the same conference again. I don't know. I think they were trying to keep some rivalries with the divisions, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Marcel, you're a Saints fan, yeah? Um, let's see here. But yeah, back-to-back interceptions, a big off, but a big comeback one. But it's the interceptions by Carson Wentz were terrible decision making. It wasn't like he was, not lock, stock, and barrel with his receivers, right? Like, like that's going to take some time. But throwing to the sidelines off on that first one was just like, just a bad throw into coverage. And then the one that he threw in the backfield, like what? Like it was just bad decision making, and that's the knock on him. You know what I mean? It's a knock on a lot of quarterbacks, but I guess I got to be happy for something. This is 30 seconds of live stream sponsored by Oris. Yeah. So so thanks, Amin. Speaking of Oris. I got in here a for review. I got to do this review in a day or two now, but this Oris, the bronze, um, I think big crown, right? Big crown with this the burgundy dial. So very interesting. This will be my first. I think it's be my first Oris review. Um, no, I've had to have reviewed some Orises before. Um, but the pilot, the big crown here, this is probably, I mean, I know I've said it about maybe another model or so, but this would be the only model of Oris that I would ever be interested in. Um, you know, yeah, I mean, nice. Don't get me wrong, very bronze. I don't know if I'm into like the bronze bracelet. It's nice. It might be too bronze, too much bronze for me. You know, this would probably look great on a like a burgundy leather strap. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that would look hot. Um, but Cool. It's a cool. I mean, it's a good looking watch. But it's Oris, right? I mean, it's Oris. I respect Oris. Not for me. Um, Greetings. Yay, Caliber YQG is here. Uh, what a hallmark moment. Are you talking about the kiss with the Submariner? It was a hallmark moment. Yeah, we're going to Applebee's. We are going to Applebee's. I'm gonna get the ribs. Mrs. Legs is not listening. She's vegetarian. I'll probably get the ribs. I'll order the sub. Maybe a burger, fries. Maybe we'll split a shake. Um, Steve saying I have the Mad Red raffle after also cheering for Carson and the Commanders. Um, yep, Ken Spear, yep, wearing the OP tonight. Yeah, he put that on Instagram. Awesome looking watch. Awesome, very nice. Congratulations. Ooh, BJ, rocking my new Cartier Tank Black Dial. Awesome, awesome. Dibs on it. Zulu tonight, go Eagles. Oh man, Mrs. Leg. So Mrs. Legs is a huge Eagles fan, and so we have to go back and forth. Well, we had for some reason I'm in Western Jersey. I guess it makes sense that the Eagles game would be blocked off on the NFL ticket. Um, but we there was an issue, but we get New York City games with Hulu. It was just weird. It just wasn't recognizing our P correctly, the ticket. But anyway, we got that straightened out. But anyway, so the Eagles game was on local TV. So we had one TV, and then I had to bring down the TV from the bedroom so I could watch the Commanders game. But next week, no conflict. I think the Eagles are playing 8 o'clock, either the 8 o'clock game or the Monday night game, and the Commanders are playing the 1 o'clock game against the same um, Detroit Lions that the Eagles beat this week. That game got way closer than it should have, I think. Um, uh, AZ Clayton wearing his IWC Big Pilot Forged Carbon wrist tonight. Great watch there. Mr. Artaud, James. Hello all. Kevin S. wearing his Seiko Sharp Edge GMT tonight. I have a picture of that. I think we're gonna see that. I got a little topic tonight. Um, Oops, wrong account. We got you, Steve. We got you. Paul's wearing the Explorer today. Very nice. Very nice. I want in on the PRX deal. Well, the Choice Barn, you're in luck because next month I'll be giving away another PRX Powermatic. This one with a blue dial. So stay tuned, all of you. Um, Ranger tonight for the Mez 9. Oh, Kevin S. John Wick style with the Monero, wearing the Alpinist. Time Hell Steve, sneaky with the Alpinist. Brownie wearing the PAM 233 tonight. Still drying out from the Chicago. Yeah, I heard you guys had a lot of rain. Wow. That football game was pretty crazy, right? The Bears game. Peacock time for Chaz? Is he wearing it? Yeah. Paul saying, I'm in my new space theme bathroom. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes Paul, I just don't, maybe you're having a conversation. Sometimes I sometimes I just don't, I'm not following what you're saying. I hope that's just a random comment because that's an awesome comment. Um, I would love to know what your space theme bathroom, a little bit more about it. What's going on? Is there a solar system painted on the wall? Is there a shuttle-sized um, or shuttle-looking type bath toilet? Like, does it look like, you know? I don't know, man. Expand on that, please. Um, yeah, Paxo, Paxo was supposed. No, no, don't be stupid. It does sound like a Soviet cosmonaut, doesn't it? Um, just an I do not recognize or celebrate flu season. It's oh man, that's great. Um, Kevin has a Rolex to respond to the Rolex rescue, right? Um, that's because Rutgers isn't a Big Ten team. Oh, come on, man. They are a Big Ten team, man. They are. I'm catching up. I know I'm catching up to the chat here. Um, yeah, man. Justin, like, okay, so football wise, obviously we're not able to compete at the moment. Um, but you know, Rutgers wrestling is a top 20 program. Rutgers lacrosse is is a top 10 to 15 program now. The basketball team we made it to the tournament last year. So, our other sports are coming along fairly nicely. And in the women's sports, we do really well with soccer and field hockey and whatnot. So, yeah, I know, exciting stuff. But, when it comes to other sports, we compete. We compete very, very well. East is brutal. Yep, absolutely. SEC is brutal. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. SEC is definitely, you got to give them a nod. It's the best conference in football, college football, and maybe in professional football. Yeah, in the NFL. Oof, you know it. You know it, anonymous watch guy, anonymous Indiana fan. Hey, Torrance here. What's going on? Oh no, I'm sorry. Clayton's here. How you doing, Clayton? Good to see you. Um, Oh my God, I had no idea. That's sick. By the time got hands on an Oris, absolutely. Love those pointer dates. No Zodiacs tonight, Kevin. Please Zodiacs. Uh, it is a great combo. It's a nice looking watch. It's a nice. It like I said, it's just for me, it's a little bit. I'm not. It's Oris is not for me, but um, the bracelet is just that's a lot of bronze, right? I didn't realize it. I always had this like thought that I could go for that Black Bay 58 bronze. I could do that. I'm like, I don't know. It just might be a little bit too much. Um, Washington should have stuck with the Michigan State quarterback. And well, they tried to, man. They franchised him 3 years in a row, and he became the highest paid player ever in that 3 year span, and they just couldn't do it anymore. He felt burnt because they went all in with RG3, right? They drafted them both in the same year, and they gave him the big contract, and he kind of, I think he kind of felt like a little, I don't know, he felt like burnt. Somehow he felt burnt by someone, right? Or maybe after they got rid of RG3, they didn't give him the contract that he thought he deserved at first. But he makes mistakes too. And like, what has Minnesota done? I mean, they made the playoffs, but like they haven't won anything. So like, I don't know. I don't know if they're any better um, now. The Commanders are with or without. Um, what's his name? The guy who's now in Minnesota. Forget his name now. I already forgot his name. Um, it's probably the Oris Bobby dislikes the least. High praise indeed. It didn't feel heavy. It didn't really feel heavy at all. Um, looks like a super comfortable bracelet. I mean, it's got a lot, like seven, 5 links, across. It looks like it, probably, articulates pretty well. Burgundy strap, burgundy loafers, absolutely. Um, Burgundy is close enough to red. I need memory red watches. Respect. Okay. Back when Applebee's first opened, they had these amazing like pepperoni sticks, but that was 20 years ago. Um, yeah, I got to be honest, I haven't been to an Applebee's in a really long time. I kind of like Yeah, it's I just haven't been there in a long time. Nerio, what's up? What's happening? Seamaster. Excellent. Excellent watch. Uh, Motor City Dan Campbell is going to onside kick all over your Commanders this weekend. All right. I know, Clayton, you're a Lions fan. I get it. Kevin S. Got to get the sub some jalapeno pepper poppers on Applebee's after. Oh man, I'm still catching up to these. Applebee's is where people who hate food go to eat. You got something there, Neff. Uh, February 6 rule. Um, Justin needs more ties in the NFL. Yeah, yeah, but we already had our quota, right? We had a tie this weekend. Yeah, Miami. You're a big Miami fan with a big win over New England. Um, Bobby Legs, what is the worst watch you saw today? Oh, oh, I saw something freaking horrible. I saw like it made like I think I like messaged Amin. It's like I've lost all um it's the worst thing about humanity that's out there. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I'll go on Instagram. That's where I saw it. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a session here and talk about this one. What's what what's the okay, yeah, yeah, I don't want to say the name of the brand yet. Um, until let me just wait till I. Oh, they have more? Of course they have more. Of course they made more. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Of course they have more. I saw the one and I'm like, oh, this is horrible. Uh, can we just like this is what's wrong with humanity, right? I don't look, other brands have done it. They have emulated the the different color dials of the Rolex OP, but this one really just bothers me. This one just really, thanks, Amin, for bringing this up. This one really gets my goat, man. This is what's everything that's wrong with humanity these days. Ah, this is horrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is just okay. We got an Explorer looking here. We got the different. Oh, they have that engraving in the back. Like, why? Augsburg? I guess we're the. I mean, we know this is a China. This is a company that's now not really German, right? Uh, I mean, look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing right here in the middle. Are you guys following my mouse? Can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse when I do that? Well, if you can't, I'm circling this stupid logo, the pineapple. I mean, is there anything worse? Is there anything worse that could happen today? You know? I mean, that is awful. What do you guys think? Can you want to see some? You want to see other colors? Do you want it, or do you want me to show you mercy? What? Let's see here. Hey Neo, how you doing? Um, I'm scrolling down. I'm sorry, I'm missing out on a lot. Yes. Oh, brutal. Chris, Dib, I know you love Crystal. Dib, let me throw this link in here, Dib. Okay. Can you just jump on? Can you jump on and talk to me about this, Dib? Can you talk to me about it? Can you talk to me? Oh, you actually just messaging me. You're just actually messaging me. That's funny. Yeah. This is the Applebee of watches. Ugh, this is awful. This is awful. Why? Why do you make this? We know that you are an homage brand to Rolex, but this, I mean, and you know what? When I get Dib on here, when he finally comes on, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna explore. We're gonna explore Steinhardt's catalog, the catalog of lies. I've owned a Steinhardt. They had a regulator. I thought it was a neat way to get a regulator and not spend a lot of money. But this is this is absurd. This is absurd. Paul saying, I'm not seeing what you're seeing, bro. That is fire. Mark from Long Island watches rules. Oh, this is terrible. Deech is here. Kids late night hockey. You should have stayed at the hockey practice because this is we're talking Steiner and it's terrible. Yeah, jump in dip. Where is he? Oh, stay positive, Bobby. Uh, does Steinhardt also make a knockoff pianos? Oh, DJ, I'm glad that you're here. I'm just joking because it's the Steinhardt is terrible. Uh, the Jyoti, my Indian prince, where are you? Paul's here though. What's up, Paul? You're
Hello?
on mute. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you?
They can ever hear me.
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I just want to jump on real quick before I have to go. If this had come out before my Explorer, I wouldn't have had to buy an Explorer.
You just didn't have you just didn't have the patience,
I
Paul.
guess not. I mean, I don't know why you're ripping it apart. It's got all design elements that I love. You know, I don't know. Oh, it's not a Rolex. Oh, oh, that's terrible. God, wow.
But would you prefer the Tiffany version of this style?
That's
I
not a
mean,
Rolex either. No,
this is this is going to skyrocket in price. I guarantee you, it's going to go up to $349. It's just going to skyrocket. Dib, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much. How are you guys?
Good,
yeah,
good. High intensity, Dib. Come on, bud. Let's go. What do you think?
Um, this watch. So, like you Westerners have this fantasy world of, like Indians in a third world countries, swimming in shit. Slumdog Millionaire, like where that kid comes out from the tub of, like essentially
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That kid had better luck than somebody wearing this. I mean, why would you buy something? How much is it? $500?
I don't know. I
Okay,
really don't
fine.
know.
It's gonna be in that $500 to $700
Yeah,
range because
yeah,
yeah,
that's their sweet spot.
sure.
Why would I buy this instead of a Pagani design? Pretty much the same thing
yeah.
with a uglier logo. At least I can tell. Oh, I have a Pagani design. Like, come on, like that name sounds fancier. So I mean,
That's a fair.
other brands have essentially, let's just say, taken inspiration and like done their own style. Style. Christopher Ward,
Yeah,
Zen came
yeah.
out with those limited editions. Doxa has been making the bright colors for a long time. That yeah. I mean, I don't want to insult Doctored. Why not, man? The dog takes a shit. Like it goes into the earth. The earth makes good of it. That's just junk.
Thanks, Dave. Paul, but this should be a slam dunk, right? Like all you're doing is taking inspiration, as they've said, from Rolex,
Sure.
with the color dials. Okay, yes, other
Yeah.
brands have done it. Zin has done it. To speak up, Omega kind of did it with their Aquaterra. They kind of like took a little bit of inspiration, right? But so this should be a slam dunk. Really, all you just need to do is come up with a kind of like a simple design, like you sort of have here. But I feel like they still messed this up. Like this is just horrible. Can I just zoom in here? Can I zoom in? Like this logo is brutal.
The logo's brutal. Yeah.
Metropole automatic.
Oh,
I mean Ocean 39. Like it's
Okay.
just like they just messed it up.
yeah. Metropole. Yeah. Plant a white flag in it, man. Surrender. That's over. That's. But what I mean, but I don't understand this. Okay, like I guess if you obviously if you love the design of the Explorer and you can't
Okay.
afford Explorer, I can understand that. I couldn't for a long time, right? I had a Zen 556, blah
Yeah.
blah blah, and a bunch of other things that are not an Explorer.
Okay.
But I mean, I would much rather find something else, and put my attention there than just ripping off this design. It's not an Explorer. It's not what you want it to be.
Okay.
It's not an OP hybrid. Yeah, and I agree with Dib, but around this price point, there's so many awesome options. I mean, use Form Notice is regulating moves instead of regulated in LA.
Okay.
This is just so when there's no design department, like I mean, is the intern doing this? Is this for free?
Okay, I'm going to give an example. So this is an Indian, well, it used to be an Indian brand. It's called HMT. So this doesn't have a stellar dial, but it has kind of like a burgundy, like shiny dial. This came out before the Rolex stellar dials came out. This is a $45 watch with a manually worn movement. This is better than that. Like it has its own design. I mean, like the case is
Right.
like it's old. I mean, yeah, it's cheap and built to a price, but I mean, you can see the bracelet and you can like imagine it. But like the hands on mine it looks better to me than that Steinhardt. It's not even a contest.
I really appreciate it when a watch owns its own design. And doesn't everything always borrows some elements to a certain degree, but I really appreciate that because that's such a huge element. I mean, so many elements are borrowed. At 40 millimeters, not a lot to work with, right? So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have not much more to say about this. I don't understand the buyer for this. Like, I don't understand the mentality for it. I don't, or the Smiths or anything. I'd rather go in another direction. Like, I just would.
Yeah.
Is that snobby? Am I snob? Yeah. All right.
Look, I mean, I don't find fault with what you're saying. I think to each his own, and I tend to agree with you on this one. I mean, it's just, look, I mean, I'm not. It's hard for me to knock a Steinart here and not knock every other watch brand out there because they all borrow elements from each other throughout the history of time. There's lack of originality here. It's just like movies, right? Nobody makes an original movie anymore, right?
Fair.
They're all Marvel, X-Men, or they're I don't know, like a war movie,
like
right?
There's 17 stories you can tell. That's it. I'm not even joking with you. There are 17 stories you can tell. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But this is brutal. Now, Dib, you in the chat before, I think I noticed that you were bringing up Steinhardt, right? I mean Christopher Ward, and were you using this as an example? Was this what you were thinking of, the Sealander here, or
the Sealander with the limited? I mean, there's a section. Yeah,
that was limited, right? That was LA. Yeah.
Limited to 200 pieces each. I actually have pre-ordered that yellow.
Yeah.
And again, like obviously the colors have been borrowed, but the watch is its own. Like
right.
The indices are their own. Like the case, it's a Christopher Ward designed case.
A
Yeah.
nicely
So,
designed case, light catcher case. I mean, it really plays with light well. They're excellent. They're well done. Yeah.
and the color which is most controversial is that, like Tiffany blue.
Right.
So if you go into the one, like in the watch which has the Tiffany blue color, you'll see there's a subtle difference. It's not like the exact shade of Tiffany blue that Rolex came out with. It's a different shade. I think it's called Lucerne blue, but it's a different hue. There's a little bit of pattern on the dial. I mean, even if you look at the one like the Zen 104, the limited edition, it's the
Hmm.
same way. They have their own interpretation. Like my issue with Steinhardt's let's just say interpretation is, like the say 639, even those are copied. That looks like something which they got from an OP34 instead of the
Right.
Explorer. I don't know. I mean, it'll sell. The colors are obviously tempting for people, and like to use another argument, it's a good value at that price point. But it's such a lack of, like there's nothing to it. Anyhow, it's just bad.
I mean, when you look at that, you see Christopher Ward. When I see that Steinhardt, I see it not a Rolex. You know,
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point, Paul. James here. Hi all. Late join. Wearing GShock Square. Um, Oris goes its own way. Canadian Monkey saying, Detroit Spartan, I was once told to buy a Sea Stern in place of a Doxa. No BS. Scott Tarlow said, I think that the watch community is too easy on homages when most of them are replicas. I guess this is an homage, but these homages are only around because of their likeness to another watch. Yeah, I mean, look, I just, you know, the, like I said, they all borrow from each other. You know, I just I really have I really hate that logo, and it just seems like that they put the logo front and center way on a small. It's just terrible. It's just
hey Bobby,
it offends me.
do you want a Fiero Ferrari kit car, or do you want a Ferrari?
I want a
Right?
Ferrari. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you gonna look like a douche running around in a Fiero kit car? Yeah, you are. No matter how cool you think you are, nobody in the world. The guy that valets like, oh my God, I'm not parking that shit.
Yeah.
That's what that is to me.
When are the folks at Steinhardt going to honor their mountain and cease and desist? Amin is saying, I usually put a lot of value on unique designs, but today I saw a micro brand on Instagram that was so uniquely ugly, it made me rethink that. Junior's here. Hello, Junior. Um, Justin R. Fieros are awesome on their own. My good buddy had a Fiero. Uh, Good times. Uh, I'll take a 2022 Corvette. Um, I think Kevin wants Ahmed to name names. You don't have to. Steinhardt is garbage. There's more to watches than colors and dials. Yeah, look. Steinhardt serves a purpose, right? Um, there are a lot of people out there who like the look of certain iconic watches and maybe do not want to spend the money, right? Maybe they don't want to put down eight, nine, $10,000 on a Submariner on retail just to run the risk that it might get stolen. Maybe they look at it that way, and they just rather spend their money on something more valuable or more valuable to them, and then go with something like a Steinhardt diver, right? So it serves its purpose. We know what they are. It's just that once in a while, some of these designs are just blatantly hideous. That they seem to have just messed up something that seemed to be really easy to get right. And I think that's what Steinhardt did here. That's just my take. Dib, thoughts?
Honestly, if any watch brand takes inspiration, uses the colors Rolex has used, like Rolex doesn't have a trademark on colors, right?
Hmm.
If they use it and make it their own,
Yeah,
then we don't have anything to say. But
right.
This watch, to me, I'm like literally searching Pagani Design's AliExpress store right now to find an equivalent. And to me, it doesn't make sense for me to spend $500-600 on this Steinhardt.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I really wanted the look and I'm on a budget, right? I'll just buy a Pagani design. No shame
Yeah.
in that. Like not
Yeah.
everybody can afford such an expensive watch. Like
Yeah.
like even an $800 watch.
Mm-hmm.
So the Pagani design or whatever is there in that price range from a Chinese manufacturer will satisfy my needs. But this watch is neither here nor there. Like it just sits in the middle. Like
And I saw a comment from Neff. I like Neff. He likes cars. Yeah, if you have a Ferrari, yes, you can look at douche too. But we're talking about people who love machines, not the image. Like if you have a Fiero kit car, then you're not really a driver. You're not really a performance-oriented person. You're not sticking to a track. You're just trying to attract attention. But if you have a Ferrari, if I had a Ferrari, I'd know literally everything about it. And even if it had a paper bag over it, I'd still take it to the track, rip it apart. And I know how to make it dance. That's the difference. You know what I mean? It's not for the valet. Got to park at the mall, so I look cool at the bar. It's because it's a machine I know how to make perform. So that's a total difference. This isn't a performance machine. It's a representation, a facsimile of something else. And that's the issue I have. Like Dib. I think I agree with Dib quite a bit.
Kevin says, I see no reason to buy a watch from a brand that doesn't have some kind of enthusiast community behind it. Would you want a Pagani or a Pagani design? Is there, are they the same thing? Like, are there's, I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, Pagani's a car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
yes, if I could afford a Pagani, I would not be sitting here
Yeah.
with you guys. Sorry, that's just the sad truth.
All
I'd be
right,
out in
man.
Monaco chasing the beautiful ladies on
But
my
for
super
lots of people,
yacht.
they're like hand finished automobiles. They're not just like
Yeah.
highly engineered. Like everything is like hand finished from the dashboard to the gear lever to everything.
That's where you would start with the chasing the ladies? You'd go straight to Monaco? Is that like the first place you'd go?
Okay, so think of it this way: if like a Huera, I don't know how much. Like it's like 1.52 million dollars. If I can afford a 1.52 million dollars, then I should be able to afford the lifestyle which comes with it.
Yes.
Like
Of course.
couple of 100 million in the bank. Like I'm renting a super yacht,
Well,
partying there. Like doing whatever.
it's like the comments when you see it's like you bought a global Forza over that Patek. They probably have them all
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if I had a
if they're buying them at that
if I,
price level. They're not choosing one or the other. They got them all. You
yeah,
know.
if I had a Pagani Huera, for example, I would not be buying a Langa or a Rubel Force. I'd be buying RMs. I'm like, like use the middle finger for everything.
They can take it.
It's just the lifestyle which comes with it. Like saying that, oh, I can buy a Pagani and then, oh, I'm a humble human being, is like one of those Rolex posts on Reddit where somebody posts a $200,000 watch collection and saying, oh, look at my humble collection. Ah, that really gets me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, okay. Thanks for the input. Let's move on. I put it out there and it's the title of this stream and we should talk a little bit about it. I want to talk about watches that we love that we just can't tell the time. We can't read it, right? I know that there are some great pieces out there that are just horrible time tellers, right? And so I thought of a couple um, that watches that I really have loved, and maybe you know saying that they're hard to read is probably a little bit of exaggeration. I think you'll find that they're probably more easier to read than what you may have in mind, Paul or Deb or chat. But I always found it very, very challenging anyway. And so let me get that first one up here. Um, and I think Dib, you like this, you love this watch, but you probably find it easier to read with your younger eyes. And the
Oh
Bradley
yeah,
Cosmonaut, I
100% love
I
it.
I love this watch. I've always, I've loved it for years, right? I mean, like, and I have to admit, the first time I ever saw one was in a video from TGV, right? And I was like, what is that? That is just beautiful. I already had loved the Navitimer. I had no idea that there was this Cosmonaut version with a 24-hour dial, um, and with 24-hour indices. But it is awesome. But some versions of it, maybe not this one, I found it like almost impossible to read. And I even had at one point a Zin 903, which is basically a the same design. Speaking of homage, but it really technically wasn't an homage of the Breitling Navitimer, and I found that sometimes it was hard to read as well. There's just so much going on with the dial. Um, Paul, Dib, are there any watches that you love that you just either have owned or admired from afar that you just like, how I love this thing, but I just could never tell the time? Paul, anything like that?
Uh, yeah, that latest Bulgari uh, big release with that shiny dial, that grainy metal shiny dial.
Yeah,
It's beautiful, but I mean, I saw a picture of it in the light, and like, yeah, it's like a disco ball. Like, I mean, light disperses off the dial so much that you can't tell the time. Oh yeah, and that one, I know, I get hell for this. But yeah, the McLaren RM. I mean, I like them. They can handle 5,000 G impacts, and you can wear that in a Formula One car. So, um, but I don't care. If it had a G meter, that'd be better than the time. I think. I'd wear it though.
yeah, yeah. But you can't read this, can you?
Is that a watch?
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
I don't know.
Uh,
Cool bracelet, man. It looks like
yeah.
the thing from Fantastic Four. You know.
Um, Dib, how about you?
I think the watch I most admire, and I would have difficulty reading it, is a black face Daytona. I love the
Oh,
watch, and
yeah,
if I could ever get one for retail, I'd buy it in an instant. But that thing's not the best when it comes to legibility. Like like you can't just look at it like the watch and then, oh, I know the time. You need to look at it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, I had posed this question to Paul and some of my other friends, and they graciously sent in pictures for me. So let's see what other people have. Is this slideshow gonna work? Let's see. Just bear with me. I have to do. Okay, I am still trying to know what I'm doing here. Let's stop sharing here because there were some good. Um, okay, so our friend Peter, who has the Satori Billard, he finds it hard to read at times, and you could definitely see that with that um, blue dial. That at times it can be hard to read. Wolfie submitting the world timer, the Omega um, Aquaterra world timer, and I believe Chaz has also mentioned that he found it hard sometimes
Hmm.
to read the time. Wolfie with his A Long and Zana, is this the Aventurine dial? Did I get this right? Um,
Hmm.
this is he finds this hard, and really it's difficult here to see that minute hand, right? You can see the hour hand, but beautiful watches here. Another candidate, right? The Apollo 8, awesome watch. One of my favorite speedies. I've seen this in person as well. Kind of difficult to read. Um, Kevin's Seiko GMT. He says it's at times, depending on the light, hard to tell the time on this watch. Yeah, Wolfie also threw in this one. These watches, remember a couple years ago when that Casio, GShock Casio, the blackout came out? It was just the rage, right? Everybody wanted one. You couldn't get one. You were paying over retail for it. I finally got one and I sold it in a week because I couldn't read it. I couldn't see the time. So imagine something like that would happen here, as well as the dark side of the moon, right? Um, that's kind of another Wolfie pick here, another hard one to read as well. And Chaz, he has the gray side of the moon. Finds it hard to read on certain light as well. Um, great watches, but sometimes they're hard to read. Chat, what do you say? Wilson, the shiny Bulgari looks like a Coke tray.
That's comment of the day.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, timeout GShock negative display. That's another one, right? People have. I don't have that issue with the negative display, but some people. I know a lot of people do. That's really
One guy.
hard to read. Um, let's see here. I used to love the Tokyo flash watches. Those are not easy to read. No siree. Um,
Hobby Bobby has a good suggestion. The Defy 22 Felipe Pantone. That one's a hard one to read.
Yeah.
let's pull that one up because I'm not sure. I'm sure I know once I see it.
It was a limited edition.
Defy 22. Pantone. Did I get it right? Oh, Philippe Pantone. Philippe Pantone. Okay.
And this is one reason why I like skeleton watches, but I don't think I'll ever get one. Because that watch, even though it's
Oh,
beautiful,
you like this one? That's right, Deb, right?
which one?
The Zenith. I'm pulling it up. I thought you were a big fan of this one. Sorry.
I don't think so, no.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah. But go ahead. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Now, I was just saying that this is like, even though these are cool, a watch to me needs to have a purpose.
Hmm.
Like, and this, like, and I don't have old man eyes. I have nice eyes. Well, decent eyes anyway. Uh, this to me doesn't solve any purpose. I mean, I can't see it. Like, if I need to stare at my watch like this for more than 3 seconds,
Yeah.
that watch doesn't come into my collection. Full stop.
James, I've heard people complain about their Daytona being hard to read. I think they just want to name drop their watch. Uh,
Yeah, the Daytona isn't this bad.
No.
most skeleton watches are tough to read.
Yeah, Wilson, they are. And it's like, I'm a Carrera fan. And then during that, basically, I think they just over ordered Hublot parts. And they said, like, well, we ordered way too many Hublot parts. So let's make a new tag. And they made these Carreras with skeleton dial. The Carrera is all about being legible. And then they made them the most illegible, crazy, skeleton, weird out watches ever. So, like, I'm with Dib. A watch for me, first and foremost, has to tell the time. But that's a separate thing from, like, people who love art. That's a whole nother, conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. The first, I think, really, like you should be able to tell the time on a watch. Even though the funny thing is that I rarely use my watches to tell the time, right? You
I
know,
do.
yeah. But I mean, like, but I get it if you do. I mean, like, you're supposed to, right? I mean, that's what their use is for. It's almost like a piece of jewelry. It's like, oh yeah, I could tell the time. I mean, like, that's fine. If it doesn't, whatever. But I do have. So I had the Sumo Ice Diver with the blue dial, and I couldn't tell the time at certain light, and I was looking forward to getting that watch for a while, right? And it was a bummer. I sold it. Like watches that I can't tell time with, no matter how pretty they are, even though I don't use them to tell time, if I still can't tell the time, they usually are gone, which makes no sense. But it's my logic, and
Yeah.
it's how I do. Hey, Chris over at the Watchdown. What's up, man? What's up, Bobby? Caught part of the stream tonight. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm going to be down at your old stomping grounds in about a month or so in South Carolina. Destroy
Okay,
Spartan. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one watch, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for it, but I do
Yeah.
like it.
You want to share it?
It's a Hublot MP-11. I think it was a blue sapphire. So it had a 14-day movement. I like that watch. And I mean, okay, fine. Hublot gets a lot of hate, but I saw a couple of those $100,000 plus watches in person, and I liked it.
What was
You
it?
know, like
MP what?
it was MP-11.
Aha.
Now I don't remember the other like spare
Sapphire?
words, but it was sapphire and it was
Rainbow?
blue. No, it wasn't rainbow. It was a blue sapphire with a blue strap.
Ooh. Um, hold on.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Wait, no, I think I have it. I just can't believe it's this one.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's a weird watch. It's kind of ugly,
I'm,
but
I'm waiting for it to. Yeah. Okay.
load.
Yeah, and then I'll share. Um, this one?
Okay, I don't see a screen yet. Yep, that's the one. I like it.
5% off.
I mean, it's at that price point where it's a FU kind of watch, you know.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there though.
I know. I mean, I can't see it, but I like it. Like because if you see the number 14 there, so it's like a drum roll, like where like it goes down or like it rotates and shows you the amount of power remaining. It's a very fugly watch, but I don't know. It's
uh,
just something which the heart wants what it wants.
Yeah.
Neff says, I find Hublot's hard to read because I avert my gaze. Oof.
Yeah,
The
but
char
if I can afford this watch, I don't care what people think.
Yeah, 5%
Yeah.
off. Do it. Yeah. That thing is wild, Justin says. I don't even know how to insult it. Hard to read when you're wincing.
Yeah.
So I saw the black version of this when I was in Vegas last year, and yeah, it's super big. Like I'm a skinny guy, but I liked it. I mean, I don't know how to defend it, but it felt super on my wrist. Like I felt like one of those big rappers, like the ones which hang around in my hometown, like baller people getting out of their Lambos, uh, with their pants hanging down, the sort. So,
So would you give this a four sombreros? This one? Or a three?
again, the price at this point, I
Two?
think it's just a suggestion. I don't know what the
One?
price. I like the watch, but the sombrero thing was whether it's a good deal or not.
Dude, if you're a
Oh,
baller,
you mean if it's a
you
good deal?
call them and you say, add the 5% back. I'm paying full price. That's what you do. You don't take a percentage off. That
True.
lifestyle you're talking about. You don't take discounts. That's ew. Ew. Right?
That's how people stay rich. They ask for, at least in India, I know millionaires who will ask for a discount. So why not? I will.
Dib's
I'm a
slimming up for
cheap guy.
Monaco. Have you been to Monaco, Dib?
No, I haven't been to Europe.
You haven't been to Europe?
No.
Really? Huh? Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I considered you like a worldly, young man. I'm surprised.
Well,
Um,
I was poor most of my 20s,
yeah.
and right now you know the situation, so I'm going to remain
Yep.
poor a little longer.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to go, like take like literally a month off,
Yeah.
and I'm essentially hopeful that I get a job one day with they give me a month off and just backpack through Europe.
Oh, yeah. Stay in hostels and yeah, and go to cafes.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, Monaco's a lovely place. Very picturesque, on the side of a mountain. You know,
Well, I'll tell you this: I'll get a little hatchback with a manual, and I'll go through Rascas full power. But again, like that's just for the Monaco GP. But anyhow,
I'll go with you. That'd be a fun trip.
yeah, but you'll be hawking the car. I can't go with you.
Oh no, I'll be at the bar. You'll have to carry me out.
It would be if there's places in maybe not Monaco or probably Monaco, but I don't know how. Anyway, there's places in Nice, which is not too far away, where they're driving like it's hairpin turns all the way down like a little mountain, and I'm sure that would be a lot of fun to drive for you car guys, or maybe not, or you just like straightaways going fast.
No, straightaways. No, that's where you rest your arms. They're boring. Corners are everything.
Yeah, yeah.
No, speed's
Uh,
fun too. I'm just teasing. It's all fun. It's all.
Did negotiating with European men's hostels while backpacking needs to be a reality TV show? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mimosas and
Oh God, that'd be great. Oh, orange RMs and orange McLarens. Oh God,
That's
orange
a good
bikinis. Oh
Chaz.
God, let's do
Sorry,
it. Let's go do that. That sounds
Paul.
fun.
That's a good name for your show. Kevin has hit the
I'm gonna go
jackpot.
tell my mom I'm not coming home for Christmas. I won't be back.
mimosas and Hanukkah. Oh, that is brilliant. Um, Seiko Galante watches are ugly and hard to read, but I would wear one as a confusing FU watch. That's awesome. Man. Uh, yeah, that was a good one, Kevin. Oh, uh, Chris is saying that we have a green and orange Le Mans RM. Very, very nice.
All right, well,
Um, well, guys, thanks for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. Dib, what's on your horizon? You're buying watches? Anything new that you're thinking about getting or toying
Well,
with?
I got two new watches this week. So I got the Ming 1709 Burgundy, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
got the Grand Seiko Peacock. So I'm going to be paying those off. And I do
Yeah.
have that yellow Christopher Ward
Yeah.
on pre-order. But other than that, I think I'm not going to buy any expensive pieces. Seikos come and go; they don't really count for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if I do get a Pepsi from now until let's say next Feb, I'm in trouble because I'm like, how do I balance the Excel sheet?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that
Not
that,
easy.
that that's what I have. Like I'm happy with what I have right now.
That's great, Deb. Good to hear. Paul, what's coming up for you? Anything? Got your eye on?
no. I mean, I got if when the Pelagos comes in, definitely gonna see it.
Oh, okay.
And maybe the S&P goes out, that comes in.
Oh, interesting.
So that's a real cool. I know I just bought that bag. I don't know, man, but I'm pretty good. I'm in a holding pattern too. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
that wind up. So I might Formex Reef GMT has been really.
I love that watch.
I just saw the new video that he
On
dropped today.
you're terrific.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
I gotta
that's
check it out.
switching the bezel in 2 seconds. I don't know if it fits. I'm probably gonna buy that watch.
Yeah, that I like Formex. I've had a couple in for review. I've been impressed with the watch. I know people knock it because of the name. The name doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. But
I get that.
that Reef GMT looks really really good. I like it. I like it a lot, and would love to hear what you think about it. If you see it in person, for sure. Um, well, guys, chat. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, Paul, Div, thanks for coming
Yeah,
on. I
thank
really
you, Bobby.
appreciate it. And you guys, see you guys on Friday, and have a great night. Take care.
There you
Take
go.
care, guys. Bye.